Wow, that's actually really good. They look like a pancake. They taste like a cinnamon pancake. Hey everyone, I'm Dave. Welcome back to the AI Kitchen, or the Dave Kitchen, whatever you want to call it. Today we're gonna make the world's best keto cottage cheese pancakes. And to do that, obviously we're gonna have to start with some cottage cheese, as is expected. I gotta get all this blue stuff off. It's kind of cool that it's blue though. And we're gonna strain it, and we're gonna do the Dave strain. That's, you know, I'm coining that, the Dave strain, on paper towels. And also, I'm gonna be like super ahead of the game and do a little more than a cup, because every time I do a cup, I end up with less than a cup of cottage cheese, because when you strain it, you lose some on the paper towel, so on and so forth. So I think if we do it this way, I can end up with a cup after the fact. And we've had a few recipes where it went wrong. Now, there was some people saying that paper towels aren't the best way to strain the cottage cheese in the comments. Someone said something about a cloth. And I almost went and ordered the cloth that they mentioned, but then I was like, but what if the cloth, like a piece of, like, you know, like a rag to wipe your hands with, like that kind of cloth, like I'm doing with the paper towels I'm drying with, because that's just how I roll. Someone mentioned one of those, but then I was concerned that all the little fluff pieces from the cloth might get into the food, and then you're eating fabric, which is not ideal. And yeah, so I decided not to do that. But if you guys have a specific like brand name that you recommend to do something like this, let me know in the comments. As of right now, the paper towel thing, although kind of like not super fun, it does seem to work. And so I'm just gonna stick with that methodology. Big word. That was on my word of the day list. Oh, no, wait, that wasn't smart. Now I'm touching the wet. So basically what I had ChatGPT do is look at all the current recipes for cottage cheese keto pancakes out on the interwebs, and then create the best one based on all that feedback and comments and so on and so forth. And what we're left with is this recipe, which should be incredible. Okay, so let me try to get this stuff off. I don't know, I'm never good at this. This is where I should just cut the camera so you don't see how embarrassing this is. It's funny and kind of disgusting to watch me try to do this. See, I end up with like less than a cup, even though I did like a heaping cup. I can probably get it to a cup still. There's quite a bit left on this paper towel. I would love a better way to do this. I'd love a tool that did this, like some sort of machine, like a cottage cheese strainer. You know, actually that reminds me, I think I saw someone mention a salad spinner as an option. Maybe I should get a salad spinner. Has anyone tried that? That's almost a cup. Well, okay, because of laziness, we'll just add a little bit of the wetter stuff at the top there. Now we got a cup. It's all good, it's all good. Now, we want to take our 1 cup of cottage cheese, put it in our little Ninja chopper. You don't need a Ninja chopper, but some sort of blender to, you know, make it fine. Oh man. Guys, I just washed the counter a couple weeks ago, it's fine. Tina's saying I should let them know that she washed it more recently than a couple weeks ago. You know what I haven't done in a while, guys, is juggled eggs, but I juggled avocados recently. I do have a video where I juggled eggs, and one cracked and broke, and it was pretty funny, but I don't remember which one that happened in. We need 3 eggs, and the eggs go in with the cottage cheese, like that. You know, I think a lot of people are still scared to watch these cottage cheese recipes because a lot of people don't like cottage cheese. They don't understand though, they don't taste like cottage cheese at all. They're very different, they taste good. Not to say cottage cheese doesn't taste good, I'm just saying they're very good. So as you can see, based on that, I just blended up the cottage cheese and eggs together. Looks pretty good. It looks nice and smooth, and I'm spilling some. And that's gonna be the first step. Well, was it the first step or was that 3 steps? Let me know. It was kind of a more than 1 step combined into 1 step. They do have a little cover that comes with this thing. I just don't use it. And so I end up having to clean this manually. I should really find it so I could do this properly. Oh, I forgot something. You're supposed to put something else in there. Let me get the lid again. I don't think I saw this when I was doing it, but there's something you need to add and then something that's optional. The thing you need to add is some vanilla extract. 1/2 teaspoon to be exact. So I will add the 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract into that, and I guess it will be a heaping 1/2 teaspoon. And the optional thing, which mostly we're not doing because I didn't see it and I never ordered the ingredient, is lemon zest. It says you can throw a pinch of lemon zest to add additional depth. There we go, our vanilla is nice and mixed in. Now we can put that aside, grab a bowl, and we're gonna mix up our dry ingredients. So, for the dry ingredients, you need almond flour, and you're gonna need 1/2 cup of that, which, 1/3 cup, 1/3 cup of almond flour. It says you can blanch it, and if you blanch it, it will be smoother pancakes, but I don't know anyone named Blanche, so I can't really do much with that. And then up next, you need a tablespoon of coconut powder. Coconut flour. A tablespoon of coconut flour goes in there. Guys, I know it's not really calling someone named Blanche, Do I know what it really is though? I feel like we looked it up once on one of the episodes, but I can't really remember. I think it's like straining it or licking it. I don't know. Tablespoon of coconut flour goes in there. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk powder, which I just realized I have psyllium fiber. Is that the same as psyllium husk powder? I ordered psyllium husk powder. I've used it before and it's worked out, so I think it's okay. Psyllium husk powder hopefully is the same. I could ask ChatGPT. Let me ask. ChatGPT says that is the right stuff, so we're on the right track. And then 1 tablespoon of what's it called? Any brand of whey protein isolates. This is protein powder, basically, without flavors. Like, it doesn't have vanilla flavor or chocolate flavor or anything like that. Tablespoon of that. Yeah, let's make some protein pancakes. Make them fit your keto macros a little better, because that's loaded with protein. Just 1 tablespoon of that has, well, 1 scoop. I don't know how big a scoop is. 1 scoop has 25 grams of protein. A teaspoon of baking powder. Now, if you're wondering, like if you're new here and you're wondering, hey, how come he's, asking ChatGPT? It's because, that's how I do my recipes. I thought it'd be fun to let AI create them. Sometimes it fails miserably, and sometimes it does an incredible job, and it's kind of fun to see what happens. It was 1 teaspoon of baking powder, aluminum free. And I did get a comment about that. We want 2 tablespoons of a sweetener. Now, everyone gives me a hard time on the sweetener. Let me tell you, this is Truvia stevia leaf. It says that it is 3 carbs, but it's 3 erythritol. Ingredients are erythritol, stevia leaf extract, and natural flavors. So let me know in the comments if that's a good one to use or if I should be using a different one for keto. If you want 2 tablespoons of that sweetener, that's 1 and that's 2. And that will give it the sweeter taste, of course. But someone did say that I shouldn't use ChatGPT to be creative, and I responded and said, I'm not really using them to be creative. I'm being creative, and my creativity is going into ChatGPT so it can come up with a recipe. All right, anyways, moving on. We want a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is just this isn't that hard. This should be a pretty relatively easy recipe. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which it needs to be, right? Because pancakes aren't hard non-keto. You just pour them out of a box and add some water. Although those aren't my favorite pancakes. Making them from scratch is about this complicated. But if you want super easy, they make like boxes of protein pancakes and stuff that are keto, so you got options, but I want to make my own. Then I know what's in them. 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum is our last dry ingredient, I'm pretty sure. Then mix it up. Let's take a fork here, mix, mix, mix all day long. Mix, mix, mix while I sing my song. Actually don't know what the yield is gonna be. It looks like it might be a pretty small yield. Oh, we need to add salt, just a pinch. Did any of you have a relative who would like pinch your cheek? Like, hey, good to see you, and pinch your cheek, like in the movies? Pinch of salt. I never had one of those. Would have been cool. Actually, both my grandmas kind of were very, what's the word I'm looking for? This is a therapy couch. They weren't very kind. One of my grandmas was kind of kind. The other one was straight up mean to me. Okay, let's stir it again since we added the salt. And now we can add our wet ingredients to the dry. And it says to slowly add it, so I guess I'll do that and just slowly be dripping it in there like that. I don't know. I don't know how slow is when it comes to pouring, but we want to make a nice thick batter, mix it all up. This is going to be the world's best keto pancakes. I always get lazy and just dump it in at the end because, I'm impatient. It's not lazy, it's impatience. Let's be real. We're going to talk about character flaws. Let's get them right. All right, let's mix it up. And I guess you could probably use like a blender or something. I'm just using a fork. It does look really smooth, which is a good sign, I think. Although when you make normal pancakes, they're lumpy and they say to leave them lumpy, so it's definitely different. What do you think? Think that looks nice and mixed up? I think so. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna set that aside and we're gonna let it rest for 7 minutes, it says. That will allow the xanthan gum and the psyllium powder to activate. This will make it better structurally and fluffinutterly. I like fluffinutter. So while we wait for that, I'm gonna put away some of these ingredients and get out my little pancake pan thingy, and we're gonna get to cooking them in just a second. I'll be right back. Look, I wonder if this would work as a little pancake. Oh, I'm back. Little pancake kind of scooper. This is our dough now after 7 minutes. I don't know if it looks different because I have short-term memory loss. Definitely feels thicker. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna try this little ice cream scoop. Oh, you know what? Let me put some butter on this or something. You can use any pancake griddle or just like a skillet or a pan or something like that. I'm using this Blackstone one because I have it and I use this thing every day because I really like it. It's a little electric griddle from Blackstone. I usually try to put a link, I'll try to remember, in the video where you can order it. It's not that expensive and it's great. You can do burgers, smash burgers, stuff like that. Anyways, I'm gonna try this. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I'm supposed to do 1/4 cup size scoops. Isn't it supposed to like, it's pretty thick, guys. I'm a little concerned about the thickness of this. What? This doesn't seem right. Let me see, can I push them down? I might have to ask ChatGPT. Here, I'm gonna get some butter on this and pushing them down. They're smash pancakes. Oh no. Okay, let me inquire. Okay, so what it says is I can add a little almond milk to the batter to thin it out. I do have almond milk. Let me add a tiny bit. It says add a tablespoon at a time, so that's what I'm just gonna add a tablespoon to the remaining batter of almond milk, unsweetened, and see if we get more of it. I told you it seemed like it thickened up a lot. Let's see, is that more pancakey? That's still pretty thick. Maybe I'll do 1 more tablespoon. And then, you know, if that works, we'll just say the recipe has 2 tablespoons of almond milk. Almond milk might add some dynamic flavor to it too, so that could be good. All right, well, I added 2 tablespoons of almond milk. Let's see if it's more. It's still not really acting like I would expect a pancake to act like, guys. And it says it's supposed to bubble up like a normal pancake does. It is funny, it's kind of like a smash burger. Did I add more almond milk? This doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna taste bad. I'm gonna kind of watch these ones and see. Okay, let's flip one. All right, let's flip 2, because they're getting toasty. I mean, they kind of look pancakey, honestly. I just had to smash burger them down, which was kind of weird. But they might still taste awesome. Now, I'm trying to figure out things we can do to improve this. And it's saying things like, don't strain the cottage cheese. So that would be great, because I don't like straining the cottage cheese. Maybe when you try it at home, instead of adding the almond milk, just don't strain your cottage cheese. Just do what I did in the blender, and maybe it'll be a little less thick, but the thickness could be good. I don't know. Oh, I was supposed to add chocolate chips. I do have some. I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon of almond milk to this mix so that we can have some thinner ones. All right, we're at 3 tablespoons of almond milk now. Take the ice cream scooper, plop one on there. Now this time, get out of the thing. This time I want to add chocolate chips, but let me squish it down first. Squishing it down works. I'm just like dipping my spatula in butter and then using that. Now, how many calories of butter are we getting on there? Don't ask. Anyway, so we're gonna throw some chocolate chips on it. Obviously you could do blueberries, things like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's flip this guy. Uh-oh, he was not ready for a flip. Oh, see, look, the texture's kind of worse with this wetter one. Maybe I shouldn't have done the almond milk. We're gonna see how it comes out, and our experiments will hopefully pay off, so that we know the best way to do this. It's also possible my griddle's a little too hot. I have it at 400. Maybe I should try 350. I'm gonna flip this over again, make sure it's not burning. Yeah, it's not. This one's seen better days. This one does not seem ready. I'm a little concerned. I don't think I want to flip it yet. I will be honest, these first ones, before I added the almond milk, do kind of look pancakey. I mean, I did have to squish them down, but they do look like a pancake. Now I'm putting wet batter on them because it's on my spatula. So do you guys normally do syrup, maple syrup on your pancakes when you're not keto? I don't, so that's why this can work for me, because syrup has a little bit of sugar in it. Just a scotch. I'm gonna try to flip this one, but I'm concerned about it. How much butter can I use? I can use a lot, don't worry. I'm really good at using butter. I'm gonna try to flip it. Okay, here we go. Wait! Oh no, I knew it. No! I think adding the almond milk might have been a mistake, guys. I think we might have been better off where we started. These ones are looking kind of done though. These ones here, these first 2, they're looking pretty good and kind of done. There's some like a little bit of wet over here on the sides, which I don't know if that'll go away or not. Let's check this guy. That guy's getting somewhere. This one, structurally ready for me yet? Are you ready? No, oh, not at all. Oh, terrible. Don't add the almond milk, guys. The almond milk blew it. Or did it? Should I hearken back to my keto truffles, chicken waffles, that I made where I kept failing and it was because I wasn't leaving them long enough? Maybe this is one of those scenarios. Like maybe this almond milk version will work if I'm just more patient, because I'm not very patient. This has actually been proven by science. Okay, let's try another one. I really want one with chocolate chips that comes out. I'm gonna try this technique again. Flatten it out a bit. There we go. Add some choco chips. This time I'm gonna let it go for a minute, or more than a minute and a half. 3 minutes and 33 seconds is probably too many chocolate chips for a keto mindful. These are Lily's chocolate chips, so they're like erythritol basically. And then the comment I get a lot is, well, the erythritol is gonna give you a heart attack. And I don't know if that's true. I'm not a doctor. I looked it up. It seems like it's not fully conclusive whether or not erythritol is dangerous. It was one study and there's a lot of question marks around it. So I don't know. Don't look at me. I'm not a nutritionist. I've been eating it on and off for years, no issues. So keep eating it. And they keep selling it. So does that mean it's healthy? I don't know. Comment down below with any sort of response to that. So here we go. These first two, I think we were on the right path, guys. We were on the right path. These look good. These look like good pancakes. I was just doubting myself, but they really look solid. All right, so I'm gonna try these first ones that I did because they look pretty good. Let's check on this chocolate chip. Is it ready to be flipped yet? Oh, it looks like it's turning black, actually. Oh gosh. The almond milk ruined them, guys. They ruined it. They ruined it. Don't add almond milk. Just stick with it how I first did it. Don't question yourself. Although, let's see though, because now I'm gonna actually taste it. Now again, you can't put syrup on it, but there's probably some like low carb syrups or syrup imitation things out there. I'm just gonna throw some butter on it. There's already some butter on it, so now it's like double butter jeopardy. Double butter, butter double. All right, let's take a look at these, see how they look. They look pancakey. Let's try one. Wow, that's actually really good. You know, it kind of reminds me of a French toast in a way. I do think that adding lemon would be good too, but these are actually really quite nice. They look like a pancake. They taste like a cinnamon pancake. They're really good. I wish I had gotten some with the chocolate chips. At the end of the day, this is actually a very delicious keto cottage cheese pancake recipe. Definitely the best one I've ever had. Those are great. Let me tell you the macros. Macros per pancake, this says if you make 6, which I made 5 and still have some left, so you know, about this size, maybe a little bit bigger. 160 calories per pancake, 10 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, 2 fiber, meaning 2 net carbs per pancake. So my little plate's about 2 net carbs for these pancakes. These almond ones, I mean, I just can't get them to form into anything. You know, I could try one. You know something's good when I casually sit here and eat the whole thing while talking. The almond milk ones are kind of working out. They're just taking forever. Should I taste one? I'm gonna taste this one that's the older one. It's been sitting there longer and see if it actually came out tasting any different, any better, any worse. It does have the chocolate chip, so obviously that's gonna skew it. We can look at the texture and stuff too. It's so funny because the thing I had at the beginning was perfect. It worked out perfect. I should have never changed it. Hot. That's worse. Don't add almond milk. That's what we learned. Do not add almond milk because it ruins them. What's the result here? We made delicious keto cottage cheese pancakes. I just doubted myself and screwed them up. But in the beginning, they were really good. So definitely make the recipe as I made it and you're gonna love them. Just don't go off messing it up at the end. Of course, there's all types of extras you could add to these, blueberries, chocolate chips, things like that. And it would just make them better. So I love these, I recommend them. They go down into the thumbs up category of cottage cheese recipes. Let me know in the comments if you try them. Go over to my Instagram and follow me. I have like 20 followers, pretty exciting. And if you make them, tag me in a picture. I wanna see those pictures of you guys trying these foods at home. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.